Good morning and welcome back to my channel. It's Richard from Power Lines to Power Naps. What? Early Wednesday morning. Yesterday, today, in the night, a lot of rain again back. Storms getting a bit more frequent and we have 2-3 days sunshine and then 2-3 days rain. Sadly we're back into cloud and rain. Let me come around and show you. Not raining at the moment. Very grey, cool breeze, not too warm. See a monk there just going into the temple. A couple of monks there by the temple entrance. Haven't even got my coffee yet. So this morning, if I can find somewhere dry and quiet. Quiet enough. Oh, Newey's arrived somewhere. Where? Good morning, Newey.
Good morning.
Are you okay? Okay. So most of my films have said about how good Thailand is and how good everything is here and how safe everything is. Today I have a story for you, a true story about the contrary. Can things go bad? Can things be bad? Let's find out after the intro. Hi, I'm Richard. Welcome to my channel, from Power Lines to Power Naps. This is my wife, Newey, and together we both left the UK in February 2022 to start and enjoy a new life and new adventures in Phuket, Thailand. Join us on our new journey together and experiences. Sit back and enjoy. And welcome back. Now I was going to go out on a ride out to give you this story today, but the weather really is so unpredictable at the moment. And just give heavy rain starting in about an hour's time, possibly for the whole day and night. So I'm not risking it, so I've taken to the refuge of our back garden. True story. Can things go bad in Thailand? Well, yes, of course they can. As they can anywhere in the world. So I don't want this story to put anyone off visiting Thailand, Phuket, or any of the areas of the country. It is a very safe country. Things can go wrong. Things did go wrong for this guy. But maybe it was his attitude. Maybe he put himself in the wrong environment at the wrong time of day. You can judge from the story whose fault it was, but I'm not going to mention his name for obvious reason or his nationality, but he was a tourist that visited Caron Beach last year. He came and drank his coffee and had breakfast quite often in Newey's kitchen, so we chatted most mornings. Now, he was staying in Caron Beach, and the night before he decided to have a night out on his own in Patong on Bangla Road. Now, for those of you not familiar with Bangla Road, it's a world famous entertainment zone here in Thailand. Lots of go-go bars, lots of live music, lots of mayhem, lots of neon lights. For those of you not familiar, just to put you in the picture, if you YouTube search Bangla Road Patong, and you'll see some films and get a flavour of this environment. I worked there obviously several nights, and for me, even if I wasn't working there, because of my attitude and knowledge, yes, I like a beer, I like several, but I always know what I'm doing and I'm always in control of my destiny and the environment around me. So I would be personally quite happy on my own to spend a night in Bangla Road drinking till the early hours, until the bar's closed and a lot of the lights go off. It becomes a darker environment, and I would be quite happy to find a tuk-tuk and a taxi and come home quite safely. Now this guy told me this story over a coffee, so I know it's true. So he decided to have a night in Bangor Road drinking. Now he's not a young guy, so he should be a bit more worldly wise, you would think. And he spent the night in Bangor Road, in and out of the bars, clubs, go-go bars, whatever. He had a great night. But rule number one, he drank an awful amount of alcohol, probably too much to look after himself. And he drank until the very early hours, and the bars started to close, probably about 3:30, 4 in the morning. A lot of the lights go down, it becomes a bit of a darkish street as a sign of closure. And he was in a very drunken state, probably too drunk. And he worked his way to the top of Bangor Road to get a tuk-tuk stroke taxi back home to his hotel in Carron. He was then approached by what he said was a lady of the night. Quite a lot of them up there. Some not ladies. It may have been a lady boy. He said it was a lady. I'm going to leave that one. It could have been either. I've got my guess. But he was approached quite forcibly by this, he said, lady, who obviously wanted him to do business with her for the night and share his company and some money, of course. To which he said he declined, quite blatantly declined. But she was persistent, and she was still with him when they got to the taxi tuk-tuk rank. He still tells me he said no, and he didn't want to know her or take up her business offer. Got in the tuk-tuk. As the tuk-tuk drove off, he said she was in the tuk-tuk and sat beside him. Too late to change his mind, I guess, until he gets back to Carron, but for whatever reason, he was so drunk probably. He brought this lady back to his hotel in Carron Beach. He then skipped several hours forward into the story, saying that he awoke the next morning with very little recollection of what had happened the night before. Too much drink. He put himself in a vulnerable position, and he couldn't remember much what had happened. Now, whether that was just the pure drink, who knows? But he awoke to find the lady gone. No sign. He then found that the safe in his room was open. Did he come home so drunk and put his phone away or his watch away? Did he leave it open? Was she watching him? Did she see the code that he put in? Who knows? But he awoke to find the safe open. Contents of the safe, his passport, everything was there intact. Jewellery, sovereign rings, gold chains, gone. Cash in sterling, over £1,000 sterling, gone. What could he do? He reported it to the police, to no avail. He would make a police report, maybe get an insurance certificate, but the chance of catching this perpetrator with those rich pickings is slim. Now that person, probably knowing full well that he was a tourist, knew that he would not be probably in town in 1, 2, 3 weeks later, and she would disappear. She would disappear on holiday for 5 weeks, she would go home for 5 weeks, she would visit a different province for 5 weeks until the coast was clear. So the chance of catching the thief, not going to happen. So he put himself in a wrong position, too drunk, on his own, too late at night, not knowing what's going on. He was too drunk. Big mistake. And he wasn't strict enough. He wasn't strict enough with this young lady. maybe she had some very persuasive tactics that changed his mind. Who knows? Some of them can be quite clever. So he lost a lot of money, a lot of jewellery. Whether he ever got the claim for it all, I don't really know. I really don't know. But you would think that would learn his lesson. Well, actually it didn't. Because he's come back this year. He's back again this year. Again staying in Caron Beach. Again enjoying the parties and pleasures of Bangor Road. Now the second part of this story actually occurred in Caron Beach. Again, taking a little bit of bad advice from someone, maybe someone in the bar, maybe someone he met in the day, I'm not quite sure. But on this holiday this year, he was drinking in a local Caron bar. Again, I'm not going to name that bar. It's a bar I visit occasionally. Again, he was drinking in this bar. And he was given some advice. Just don't worry about paying the bill tonight. Enjoy, drink. You can always come back tomorrow to settle the bill. Mistake number one. As you're drinking in these bars, you have a drink, you have a beer. You have a little pot in front of you where the ticket goes in for your drink. You have another drink, you have another ticket. So on and so forth. You might opt to buy one of the girls in the bar a drink. The ticket for her drink goes in the pot. Now one night's drinking on 1890 bar for a bottle of beer. If you have five, you pretty much know what the bill's going to be. Again, this guy probably drank too much and took the advice to pay the bill tomorrow. He doesn't know how much drink he had or how many drinks he bought for girls. The one thing I do know, they stitched him up. I think the bill they presented him with, he went back the next day to pay the bill, and the bill that they presented him with was something like 5,300 baht. It equated to about nearly £130 sterling for one night's drinking for one guy. Again, he could say, I didn't drink that much. They could show him a pile of tickets and said, you did, pay the bill. And you have to pay the bill. You cannot argue or dispute. So again, 2 years on the trot, this same guy, under different situations, was robbed. He was robbed. Now you would think he would learn, but he didn't learn through year one. He got stung again on year two, and like I said, he wasn't a young fella, he was early to mid-50s. He should have been a bit more streetwise. He let his guard down on both occasions. So hopefully if he comes back on year three, he'll be a bit more wise and a bit more streetwise. But you know what? I'm not sure he will. There's certain people that come and it's their own fault that they put themselves in the positions that they do, with the amount that they drink, the places that they end up, the advice that they listen to, not always right. But he got stung twice, he was robbed. So things can go bad, even in Thailand. But again, I'm sure this can happen in every country in the world if you don't know what you're doing or you don't take a little bit of care of yourself. So it was a very short story, just a quick one, just to say a little story, a true story that we know definitely happened. He got stung 2 years on the trot. So if you're out here alone, guys, no problem at all. You can still enjoy all the delights and all the pleasures of the entertainment zones. Just watch what you're doing. If you're alone, it's not a problem, but be aware of what's around you, be aware of people telling you good advice, maybe not good advice. Make your own mind up, be sensible. Don't drink and so much that you don't know where you are, who you are, or what you're doing, because that's when trouble will crop up or can crop up. So there we are, just a quick one today, just a little true story. Thank you for all the new subscribers. The numbers are building. 500 is my next target. Thank you for all the new people that have joined the channel. For those that you haven't, you know what to do by now. Please press the subscribe button, like, share, tell your friends, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.